Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new corrupted monster, Kat-herine. This is going to be the free monster from the Legends Pass. Huge shout out, of course, to Social Point for giving me everything I need to make this video. They provided the monster, the cells, all the food I need to feed this monster, and any gems I use will be reimbursed. This is the monster I'm actually the most excited about. Even though it's the free monster, I'm extremely hyped for this monster based on the sneak peek. Kat-herine lived a humble life. She preferred not to have big dreams and called herself lucky just for having found friendship at her job. She was made of Lady Meow, a kind monster who treated her as equal. However, when Lady Meow discovered that, like herself, Kat-herine had great battle skills that she was hiding away, she asked her to go on an adventure with her. From that moment, Kat-herine allowed herself to dream and start a new life out in the world, and so that is the lore of this monster. So let's take a look at her stats because that's what we're most interested about. Her power stat is 7920, which, in terms of the corrupted monsters, it is the lowest. It is tied with that of Sensei Panikin, Leafling, Igoribuki, Fae, and Master Rat. So by no means an attacker. Her life stat is 88,368, which is tied with that of Gartox, the PvP monster from Season 2, Corrupted Monster, and her speed stat. This is what's impressive. Her speed stat is the second highest in the game, tied with that of Neurofunk, the new Team Race monster. The only monsters that have a faster speed stat of 6358 are the monsters with a speed stat of 6424, which are Equalaria, Leafling, and Igoribuki. So overall, a really fast monster, an average life, and the lowest power of the corrupted monsters. In terms of her trait, she is hardened at rank 0, so 20% of the time she does not get hit with negative effects. At rank 1, she gets a blind immunity, which right now off the top of my head helps against Fae, who can do total blind and as well as regular blind. And I think there's a few other monsters that also rely on total blind. Leafling comes to mind. And you get life regen, and I believe this is for your whole team. At the start of the battle, the caster. Okay, so it looks like only herself. She gains life regen. So nothing too crazy about her trait, I would say. Even the immune to blind, unless she's attacking the enemy, like, if I remember correctly, she has a lot of self skills and even maybe an ET skill. So the immune to blind, I'm like, whatever on it. Oh yeah, but this is the monster's trait. Let's take a look at her skills. Alright, the first skill we have is Race to Serve. Deals moderate light damage to one enemy and applies Curse. So 30 stamina, 0 cooldown, and it is just a regular Curse skill. Next up, we have Meow's Maid. Transforms one ally into a baby. This is super interesting because it is an ally. It is not the enemy. So there's so many uses with this. For example, maybe there's an enemy attacker. There's a Hardy going next in the turn order, and you have a Megaton monster. You want to protect your Megaton monster? Just turn your Megaton monster into a baby. Yes, your allies are going to take a hit, but at least your Megaton monster survives, right? That's one use of it. Let's say there's a monster that can deny you, like a Mega Possession, a Mega Freeze, and you don't want your monster to get denied. Yes, you're going to deny your own monster by turning them into a baby, but in a way, you're also protecting them, especially if it's Possession. If you're going up against someone that can do a Mega Possession, there's no harm in turning your own monster into a baby, denying them for one turn, which is better than them getting possessed for 2 turns. So there's a lot of uses for baby reversion. At the same time, though, I wonder how many players are actually going to utilize it. Because typically the way of Monster Legends works is that you get to control the battle. So hopefully you're in a situation where you don't need to turn one of your allies into a baby, and instead you can just counteract the enemy. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. To Your Room. Deals moderate light damage to an enemy, applies stun to an enemy. Okay, you know what? I take back what I said about the trait being immune to blind. That's actually going to be really useful. For some reason in my head, I thought this monster was going to be more supportive. No, she's actually the denier type monster. Right? Yeah, looking through, she has stun and baby reversion. So that's so cool that we're getting a free-to-play monster that can rely on stun and baby reversion. Alright, really cool. Well, let's see where I was. So, yeah, transforms an ally into a baby. To Your Room. Deals moderate light damage, applies stun to a single enemy monster, 40 stamina, 1 turn cooldown. And you also have to take into consideration players that have Unrelenting Assault and the amount of skills and synergy they can do, right? Like, a 1 turn cooldown stun, you can stun, do another attack, and then stun someone else, and now 2 enemy monsters are stunned. It's crazy. Let's see. Lovely Carrying transforms one ally into a baby, applies life regen, and heals one ally by 30%. I like this one a lot because even though you transform your ally into a baby, they get a life regen, so they're going to heal, and they get an immediate 30% heal, and then when they go again, once they're an adult, they get that life regen again. So I like a skill like this. You could also, again, with Unrelenting Assault, you could also attack, and then transform yourself into a baby if needed. Alright, You Behave. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies, transforms all enemies. So this is the enemy baby reversion. It's awesome. I just think of Lindworm turning enemies into baby. It's like, well, now you don't really need a Lindworm. Now you have this skill over here. I said no. Deals heavy light damage to one enemy, transforms one enemy into a baby, applies curse to one enemy. So single target, I'm going to curse you, I'm going to baby you, I'm going to deal heavy light damage. Keep in mind, this is a light monster. The new Megaton monster we have is a dark monster. So a skill like this could potentially deal enough damage with Unrelenting Assault to where the enemy drops below 75%, right? So that Mouseron, he he's basically going to turn into a baby. He's now going to have curse. He took a lot of damage. Now a baby, now you're free to attack the enemy. So this, in my opinion, is going to be one of the strongest monsters, especially because we have Mouseron. And even like an Ollie, you might be able to take on an Ollie. It really is going to depend on the setup and everything. Like maybe you need 3 strength to take him below 25, or maybe you can probably do an AoE skill. I'm pretty sure this monster, yeah, do an AoE skill. That'll, oh my gosh, I like this monster so much. This is going to be my favorite, I can already tell. Even when I saw the sneak peek, I'm like, oh man, this monster, I can't believe this is the free one. All faces to the wall, deals low light damage to enemies, applies stun to all enemies, AoE stun skill, and then its tail time transforms all allies into a baby, life regen heals all allies by 20%, so this is for your whole team. So yeah, the way I see this monster, and I know to a degree it sucks because a lot of the game really right now focuses on unrelenting assaults. I have to rank this monster up to get the talent. With assault, I'm telling you, the things you can do, especially against a Mouseron, no problem using You Behave. Mouseron goes below 75%, assault kicks in, the monster's not a baby. Now you can single baby someone else, you can stun someone else. Like, this monster's gonna be so powerful. You can AoE baby for the... No, you already did the AoE baby on Mouseron. Yeah, you can stun and baby reversion. So this monster's gonna be so powerful. I say You Behave. I say... I don't know if we're gonna run the ally skills. We'll see. AoE stun, You Behave. Honestly, I don't think you need the AoE stun skill. More monsters are immune to stun than baby reversion, right? You need to be immune to control to be immune to baby reversion. I would say, I said no. I would say the single stun skill. And for that last and final skill, honestly, maybe the race to serve, the 0 cooldown curse skill. I don't know how useful this is. You could probably even do the AoE stun if you wanted it. That way you have 2 AoE skills. Especially if you're battling 2 Megatop monsters. That would really help you out. But I would say... I'd say these 3. You Behave, I Said No, and To Your Room are a must. For that last and final skill, just because to satisfy my own curiosity, I'm going to put its tail time. But I don't know. And then I think if you do... I wonder if you do this skill, if you have a Megaton. I don't think it'll absorb it. So, yeah, the 3 skills, once again, for sure, are You Behave, I Said No, and To Your Room. For that last and final skill, put whatever you want. I'm a little hesitant to recommend the baby reversion, but I just want to run it to satisfy my own curiosity. In terms of relics, this monster is awesome too, because you can hold a Cane of Atlantis or a Pump Seed Staff, so you don't really have to worry about stamina. And one of the reasons Master Masher is so good is because he gets stamina drained, you can keep attacking with Unrelenting Assault, thanks to the fact that he can recover stamina, and you also have an amulet, so this monster can actually hold the exact same thing than a Master Rat can hold, which is just amazing. So we're gonna... take his away, sorry Master Rat, and we're gonna give it to this monster. I think I go with the Masher Staff, yeah. So we're gonna run that on this monster. In terms of a skill set, this is where it gets difficult, not skill set, rune setup, because this monster is a denier. Okay, so typical denier, you run this monster with speed runes. You know, you want to deny, you go first, but again, with Unrelenting Assault, and I realize not everyone out there has an Unrelenting Assault, but see, the way I make my videos is not specifically catered to free to play or pay to win. It's just using whatever resources you have in the game. So for those of you that don't have the Unrelenting Assault, you're gonna have to come up with a different strategy to run this monster. You're gonna have to run speed and make your denier. You might need someone to go first and remove the enemy Megaton. There's a different strategy for people that have Unrelenting Assault. As of right now, you're gonna run this monster like a Master Rat. You're gonna run this monster. Wow, all my level 10 runes are equipped. I think you're gonna have to run this monster with 2 strength and a speed. You could even probably get away with 3 strength, just depending on the situation. But of course, this is once we rank up this monster and we can use the obscure talents. Alright, so for now, I'm gonna use her just how I would use an attacker Master Rat with double Megaton. There's a lot of other stuff you can do. You can do turn transfer and a lot of different stuff. But yeah, we're gonna try this team out. I am allowed to do player versus player. However, I am not allowed to win the battles because that would be totally unfair. I do have a good amount of trophies, so these are gonna be some fun battles, I hope. So let's see. Fampirastro goes first, does the Reaper, and then does Spooky. I hope she doesn't do Singing for You. She did Singing for You, so I may get denied here. We'll see. Draconis Sorcerer, Mega Possession. So this was an unfortunate bout. My monsters are not ruined the way I would like them to be ruined. We're just going to recharge. What could have happened... What could have happened is maybe... Here, we're going to just quit. Since I'm running that skill that transforms allies into a baby... It's funny because when you're possessed, you might turn the enemy into a baby. So even when you're possessed, that might work as a denial. Very interesting. Yeah, but my monsters are not ruined how I would want them, I think. I think Bombeta, ideally I would like team speed to try. Alright, but let's try this. Okay, so we have a Colonel Pip. Colonel Pip is going to go, does execution, and assault kicks in. This is why Colonel Pip is so powerful, by the way. We finally get to see him in action. And then Toxic. Okay, so no ET. But now I have to deal with Hardy. This is why I like the monster a lot. Watch. Normally Hardy would kick. Oh, we're gonna go with you behave and just turn everyone to a baby. Let's see if I get another turn. Yes, Charizard's Amulet, Morg's Armor kicks in, Electron's Mask kicks in. No, skip, guillotine. Okay, I'm gonna get right here. Let me set up an actual team because this monster is powerful, but I need to run everything properly so I can showcase the monster. Okay, I think this might be better. 2 team speed on each and a single life, and let's click fight and let's see how these battle go. So Amber does turn 1. All right, so see, here's a Megaton monster, but if I said no, which transforms the enemy into a baby. My Unrelenting Assault kicks in, I'll get an extra turn. In this case, I even killed them, and now I can attack the other one. So I can go ahead and stun one of them. There we go. Assault will kick in, I'll get an extra turn, and then I can do the baby skill again on all of them. It's tail time again. I'm super curious about that, but no need to use it. We'll do you behave. All right, there we go. Recharge. Here, let's see the skill in action. So let me slow down. It's tail time. My whole team transformed into a baby. The life regen. So the enemy just kind of went. My monster's healed. Yeah, you're going to be susceptible to getting attacked by them again, but it is a quick little heal mechanic, right? Especially to protect your Megaton. That's the only way I can see it. It's still... I think you'd have to get used to it, and again, I don't know how many players are actually going to be utilizing it. But it is an interesting mechanic that we don't see too often. So that last and final skill, you could run it, or you could use the AoE stun skill or the single light damage 0 cooldown skill. You know, when you need a spawnable skill in case you get hit with CDA. So you have different options. Alright, so another good example where AoE skill, I can just do, I said no. Bam, assault kicks in, everything kicks in. In this case, I'm killing the monster, but if I wouldn't kill it, if it was an Ollie, if it was a Monsteron, they would transform into a baby, and I'm free to attack everyone else. So, to your room. Let's stun Tabora. Oh, she's immune to stun, I forgot. You behave. Oh, she's immune to control. That's perfect. I'll just get another turn and I'll attack. So, yeah, it's funny because the reason Master Rat is so good, because of his skill set, being able to cleanse, get an extra turn, being able to remove positive effects from the enemy, it helps deal with Megaton and get extra turns. She kind of does that because of the baby version. It's so awesome. Alright, fight. Let's see. I got the first turn in, so I can... Ooh, too powerful. Too powerful. To your room. Oh, no. This is too much. Let's see. What are you running? Pump Seed, Staff. And again, it doesn't even matter that you get stamina drained because you have your Cane of Atlantis or your Master Staff to recover your stamina. So that's not a problem. Here, we'll do another battle. We'll do another battle with this monster. But yeah, she's definitely going to be top tier. It's going to be top tier. Let's see what we have. Okay, an Ollie. Perfect. I hope I get to showcase it here. So, Ollie is 45, and... So, Ollie will take the first hit, and we'll go ahead and do... It's tail time. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Oh, no. I was going to say, ooh, I can use its tail time to protect my team, but Pierce bypasses Baby. For those of you that don't know, if you are thinking, I'll transform to a baby and protect myself from Pierce. No, Pierce will actually still hit you. So, I'm going to do... I said no. So Ollie gets transformed to a baby once again. So now you're free to attack whoever. If Bombeta wasn't there, I would be able to kill the Pierce monster. But let's see if I can deal enough damage to where I can attack the Pierce monster. You behave. I don't think that was 75%. If I would have been able to take Bombeta below, I would have gotten another extra turn and I would have been able to kill the Pierce monster. So yeah, that's how that works. Here we'll body slam, which will kill Ollie. Oh, Ollie's still alive. I was hoping Ollie would die. We're gonna go warming light to get rid of that drowned. We're gonna go to your room, or it's tail time. Let's see. What do you have? Soul Drag? Soul Drag? Nope. Alright, to your room. I'll get an extra turn. Assault, Morg's Armor kicks in. It's tail time. Let's try this out. So it's tail time because I get an immediate heal. So I still got single target again. Even if you're a baby, you're not protected from Pierce. And then my monsters, yeah, they were able to heal, but then they're susceptible to the next attack. Alright, so, yeah, you get to see that. So again, as an attacker-based monster, I think she has a lot of potential. If you don't have assault, how would you use this monster? You have to completely switch your strategy. I guess you could still use her an attacker with like a burning hands or something. It really also depends on the rank of your monster because they're powerful. But basically, you would switch this monster to be more of a denier sort of monster. So something like this. You would need someone to clear the Megaton first. So, for now, let me just use Lindworm. And let me swap her. It gets a little complicated, to be honest. Using the monster more of a denier, it gets complicated because the meta has Megaton. So you need someone to deal with Megaton. And so there's a lot of rune swapping I have to do. So, ideally, I wanted to go second the turn order. I wanted something like that. And then, you still need Megaton yourself in PvP to protect yourself from the enemy. So I don't know whether or not this is gonna work because it's hard without a win condition, right? Maybe what I should probably run on Lindworm is the skill that makes the enemy. I should run the skill that makes the enemy the curse countdown skill where they die in 3 turns. I think that's the only way it would work. Here I'm gonna have to turn transfer. Here, let me showcase again. So this is what like a mouse run kind of thing would be, where you transform it into a baby, you get an extra turn. Oh, I took out my unrelenting assault, but that's essentially how it would have gone down, and then you go and deny the other team. So here I would do transform. Well, in this case it's a bad showcase because immune to control and currently has evasion. So I'll just deal some damage. Bam. And then here we will do shine. No, we're good. Warming light. Let's see. Greater times curse. We'll give you the curse. Sure, why not? Hopefully you turn transfer. Age overseer. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to use monsters right now as their intended purpose, like AoE deny, because with Megaton monsters so prevalent, it doesn't work out the way ideally it should work out. Here, finish you off. Age overseer again, turn you back into a baby. Ah, you didn't get churned. Yeah, so the monster's a denier. Let me see what to do first. We'll do to your room. It's the same reason why Masher's support, but as an attacker given assault, he's on a whole different level, and that's kind of how the meta is going to be right now until we get different talents that can counter, like maybe an anticipation talent or something. Oh, I don't want to win the battle. So we'll end it there. So I will leave you guys to figure out a strategy with her without using UA. Because without UA, Unrelenting Assault, it's a different kind of strategy you're doing. And right now, you saw like Colonel Pip, you saw the kind of battles. Any monster right now with UA becomes a whole different animal. Let's just put it that way. So even though she's already an animal. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this exclusive first look at Kat. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Super curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Which corrupted monster are you looking forward towards the most of Season 2? Any thoughts, comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.